You know that feeling when someone walks into a room and you can practically hear their effort? Like their perfume showed up before they did, their blazer is screaming boardroom, and their laugh, loud enough to be heard from space. And yet, you can't quite put your finger on it. They're polished, they're present, they're impressive, but it all feels a little off, like they're auditioning for a role they already got. We've all been there. Moments where we meant to be memorable, but somehow came off more like we were campaigning for class president of nowhere. Trying too hard doesn't always wear a neon sign. Sometimes it's dressed in designer and quoting Marcus Aurelius. So today, we're decoding 7 behaviors that quietly reveal you're trying too hard, even if you don't realize it. Let's begin. Number 1. Posting for applause. We've all done it. The accidental photo dump that just happens to include a few strategic details. You on a yacht, wearing linen, reading something French. A cappuccino positioned just so, cheekbones caught in golden hour lighting like it was an ambush. Caption: slow mornings. Sure, there's a fine line between sharing your life and staging it like a Dior campaign, and people can tell. Even through filters and soft edges, effort has a scent, and online it smells like, please tell me I look effortless. What starts as a moment becomes a production. The outfit, the angle, the quote from a book you didn't finish, and suddenly, you're not documenting your life, you're marketing it. True elegance online doesn't need to pretend it doesn't care. It simply doesn't crave the applause in the first place. Post the yacht. Own it. But let the photo speak. And above all, don't make slow living look like a full-time job. Number 2. Overintroducing yourself. You ever meet someone and before you've even said your own name, you already know where they went to university, what they do, what they used to do, and how they just got back from a transformative trip to Bali? All you said was, hi. There's a specific genre of social overachiever who treats every conversation like Shark Tank. They walk in like, hi, I'm Taylor, marketing strategist, former consultant, Harvard alum, vegan on weekdays, and currently building my personal brand through conscious storytelling. Darling, I just asked where the bathroom was. Here's the funny part. People who genuinely have something to prove, they never feel the need to explain it. But when you're throwing your entire resume into your hello, it comes off like a walking PowerPoint presentation. Slick, over-designed, and impossible to escape without pretending to get a phone call. Mystery is elegant. Monologue is exhausting. The more titles you attach to your name, the less weight any of them carry. Number 3. Stand-up comedian energy. You know the type. Every sentence is a zinger. Every silence? Terrifying. There's a pun, a clever anecdote, a self-deprecating joke. And before you know it, you're not in a conversation. You're in the front row of their personal Netflix special. You smile politely. You nod. You scan for exits. Because now they're doing voices. At first, it's entertaining. Then, somewhere around the 3rd story involving a waiter, an ex, or an emotional breakthrough in Paris, you realize they're not talking to you. They're performing at you. It's not confidence. It's quiet panic in sequins. Because when every sentence demands a laugh, applause, or validation, what you're really seeing is someone terrified of being uninteresting. Truly magnetic people don't need to be on. They're comfortable letting a moment breathe. They don't fear silence. They use it, like punctuation. Elegance doesn't beg for a laugh track. Number 4. Talking in trends, not thoughts. Some people speak like their entire personality is sponsored by TikTok. Everything is a vibe. Conversations are iconic. Their coffee is giving. And their breakup was, naturally, a plot twist in their villain era. It's less like speaking, and more like live tweeting their own life. Now look, language evolves. Slang isn't the enemy. But when every sentence sounds like a caption, and every emotion is reduced to a trending hashtag, you start to wonder if they've ever had an original thought. They're not talking. They're curating. I once overheard someone say, I'm really in my clean girl soft era post-chaos healing season. Translation: she washed her hair and turned off Slack. When your vocabulary becomes a mood board, it doesn't sound modern. It sounds manufactured. Real connection doesn't come from pre-approved buzzwords. It comes from saying something real, even if it's not aesthetic. Number 5. Whispering like it's classified. There's a certain type of person who thrives on manufactured intimacy. You know the ones. Always lowering their voice and saying things like, I'm going on holiday next week, but don't tell anyone. As if you were about to alert the press. Or my personal favorite. Remember what we talked about last time? Don't share it with anyone. Said just loud enough for the person next to us to definitely hear. It's not confidentiality. It's theater. The more someone insists on secrecy about something completely unremarkable, a weekend trip, an inside joke, a casual comment, the more it signals they're desperate to feel important. True closeness doesn't need stage direction. Number 6. Desperately seeking connection. At a networking event a while back, I ended up in a conversation with a very enthusiastic man. Charming, talkative, just teetering on the edge of overeager. At some point, right after the inevitable, "What do you do?" he lit up and said, "Then you must know Tom. Love him. Such a great guy," he said, smiling like he was about to show me vacation photos of the two of them off the Amalfi Coast. Naturally, I assumed they were close, best friends even. So later, I asked how they knew each other. He blinked. "Oh, we say hi in the elevator sometimes. Our offices are in the same building." That was it. And I thought, there it is. That quiet panic of trying to forge instant intimacy out of absolutely nothing. Number 7. Acting like a best friend after one meeting. Some people treat a single social interaction like a binding emotional contract. You have one decent conversation and suddenly, you're best friends. Or worse, chosen family. My husband and I once bumped into an acquaintance during intermission at the theater. We had a perfectly pleasant glass of wine together. Small talk, polite laughs, intermission things. The next day, I got a message from the husband of the couple. Mind you, I never gave him my number. He got it from his wife, so he could ask when my husband's birthday was, because, and I quote, "He's such a cool guy. He definitely deserves a bottle of wine. What would you recommend?" I didn't know whether to be flattered or check my locks. That kind of overreach doesn't feel warm. It feels invasive. Elegance respects boundaries. It lets friendships unfold naturally, instead of speed-running emotional intimacy like it's a limited-time offer. Number 8. Acting too cool for everything. You know what's exhausting? People who pretend not to care about anything. I didn't even read the brief. I don't even like parties. "Oh, this old thing? Just threw it on." No, you didn't. You triple-checked your outfit, sent 3 options to the group chat, and still had a crisis in the mirror. Pretending not to care is just another form of trying too hard, only with worse posture. Real elegance doesn't need apathy. It allows joy, enthusiasm, even vulnerability. So the next time you want to downplay how much effort you made, don't own the effort, smile about it, and then order the fries. Trying too hard isn't about ambition. It's about fear. Fear of not being enough. But the most magnetic people I've ever met weren't trying to prove they were someone. They were just being themselves. Quietly, confidently, consistently. Be honest. What's one moment you realized you were doing the absolute most? I've got a list too. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my Amazon storefront for elegant beauty and living essentials. As always, stay classy. Manners matters.